Alrighty, welcome to episode 70 of the Dude Podcast. This is a big one. This is 70. That's a lot of episodes. And none other than Joseph Allen is joining me today because Gavin is on vacation. He's in Texas. So he is hanging out with some friends out there. So had to get Joe on to run through the games today from the NBA and then do our predictions for tomorrow's games. So, well, tomorrow, as in if you're listening on Sunday, it would be today's games. So, before we get into the NBA, I want to get your take on so you know how we have a lot of number changes in the NFL. We had a name change in the NFL. I don't know
Yeah,
if you know what I'm
zero's back.
talking
Zero
about.
is back, right?
Zero's back. So Zero's back, and we went over this a couple weeks ago, Gavin and I, and we really like it. I think I really like the idea of the zero. Like it's kind of cool. Like I mean,
Yeah,
if you get like a sick defensive player wearing number zero, it's pretty cool.
yeah,
No quarterbacks, please
yeah,
no quarterbacks. But yeah, no like stupid linemen. Don't let them wear zero. But
yeah.
anyways, we had a name change. I don't know if you saw this.
I haven't.
So Robbie Anderson changed his name to Chosen Anderson. And it kind of makes me laugh because he's really not been chosen by too many teams lately. Like
That's funny.
he got cut by the Cardinals and then I think he got picked up by Miami today, I want to say.
He
Um
bounces around in real life as much as he bounces around on fantasy teams, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
exactly. And what's funny is his name was actually Robby for a while, and then he switched it to Robbie for a while, and now it's Chosen Anderson. So I'm gonna look it up. I can't remember who he actually went to today. So he yeah, the Dolphins agreed to a deal with Chosen Robbie Anderson. It's just so stupid. It's
So I
so
know,
dumb.
just in a sentence, does Tyreek Hill really retire when he says he would in a couple of years? Just like yes or no? Do
I
you think he
mean,
does in a
no,
sentence?
no,
Okay.
come on, no, no, not a chance. Especially because, especially because he's got Tua thrown to him. I don't think they're gonna do much over the next few years. So when that contract's up, he's probably like, "Hey, Kansas City, bring me back," or
I don't know. I think he
"Hey,
will. I think you. I mean, Tua can't stay healthy, but
I
I think
know
he's done. We're seeing more and more people leave football earlier, so it's not
that's true.
crazy. But
I
anyways,
can
you
see it
probably talk about that
happen.
on another episode.
No, yeah, that's totally fine. Actually, that happened a while ago. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think like this is stupid. Like these players like predicting that, like you got no idea what you're gonna do in 4 years. Like who
Hmm.
knows?
Yep.
But anyways, enough NFL. There's not too much going on. I know the NFL draft's coming up. I'm actually really excited for that. I see the commercials and I'm like, man, I wish it was just like I like they should just have the draft in Vegas every single year. Like
It's cool
no,
that it's in Kansas City because they just won.
very true.
I wish
That's
it
the
could
one cool
rotate. They
thing.
should just rotate. That should be the perk of winning. And so
That would be
imagine
cool.
all the draft stuff in Green Bay if Green Bay ever won. Like that kind of stuff. It would be kind of
Be like
cool.
the most people ever in Green Bay, like at one time. Because I
Yeah.
remember when the draft was here in Vegas, they said like there was like 175,000 people that came to Vegas just to go to the draft, and then it was like more people came just to be there during it. So it's a big thing, and Gavin and I have talked about this. Like the draft would be cool just in Vegas every year, just because like they have the Pro Bowl here already, which is obviously downhill. We've already talked about this,
Yeah.
but so I think it'd be cool to like have it in one spot because like, dude, when it was in Cleveland, like nobody wanted to go to that. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's true.
So just keep it in like big cities like LA, Vegas, like even like Green Bay would actually be actually really cool. Like I think that would be pretty cool to have it in like a residential town. So
Well, and I think the NBA, I feel like the NBA All-Star game should just be either be in New York or LA and
yeah,
just call it good.
yeah,
All these things probably just there's a reason why the Super Bowl only rotates between like 6 to 8 cities. Like
yeah,
honestly, it's kind of the
exactly.
same. Uh,
Yeah, and the Super Bowl is here in Vegas this year, so I'm actually
yeah.
that's gonna be awesome. And the Raiders have zero chance of making it, so like the whole like home team thing, like I know it happened like back to back years with the Bucks and the Rams, so I don't think it has any chance of happening this year.
You think they
I
have
know
zero chance? Like not even 5% chance?
no, they got zero chance. They have Jimmy G as their quarterback.
I didn't know you hated Jimmy G that much.
I just don't think he's good. Like he's a system quarterback. Like he did great with Shanahan. I almost said
He
pronunciation,
is
but
a. I would agree. He is a system quarterback.
yeah.
I don't know what the Raiders have done this offseason, but is there any chance they have a loaded roster now where the system could
No.
be like a Brock
N-
Purdy? Like no one thinks Brock Purdy is Peyton Manning, but in the right system,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, so I don't think so because they got rid Darren Waller got traded to the Giants, so
Oh
he's in New
yeah.
York. So they have so they went and got Jacoby Myers, the guy who threw the ball to Chandler Jones and ran back that touchdown. Do you remember that? In
Oh
the
yeah.
time expired and he ran it back. So
We're one of the
so
worst plays ever.
the joke was that Jacoby Myers threw the ball to wanted the Raiders to win so bad that game that they paid him to come there. And yeah, it's just weird. Like I don't think like their team is like they've hired a bunch of these like ex-Patriot players to be on their coaching staff. Like Danny Amendola is now a coach here.
Hmm.
It's just weird. I don't think the Raiders have any chance of making the Super Bowl. Um, but who knows? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So, anyways, let's get into some basketball. So today was the first day of the NBA playoffs, and it's
Yeah.
always a good time of the year. I feel like regular season basketball kind of sucks. Like
Oh yeah.
it doesn't
Especially
suck, but it's just like
it sucked
who one
for at least
cares
10
really.
years now. The
Yeah.
regular season's been pretty bad.
Yeah, and so there's actually I don't know if you saw the new like CBA thing that came out where they're saying they're gonna have an in-season tournament. Did
Is
you
that
see this?
official?
Yeah, so I think it's
Because
official. I think it's official.
it's been talked about for a few years now.
Yeah, so I think it is official now that they're going to have it, which I think is kind of dumb, if you ask me.
Well, if you win, what
Um,
do you get?
I have no idea. I don't think you get. I think it's like maybe you get like $5 million for each player or something like that. Like it's like cool for
That's
the players, but it's like and those games count towards your record. So it's not like a separate thing. Like it's like those games count towards your record. And
winner should get like an extra draft pick or something.
yeah, so listen to this. This was my idea. I think that the teams that don't make the playoffs should have a tournament, and whoever wins that gets the number one overall pick.
I'd be fine with that. I
I would
mean,
be way better for that than the in season. Like, who cares about an in season?
well, what about this idea that I had? The regular season means nothing
Yeah,
anymore in the NBA, and the players have all said postseason's all that matter.
yeah,
What if they reduce the number of games from 80 to 40 or 50, honestly, but
yeah.
then just said playoffs start and just make it where every team makes the playoffs?
Dude, just like a March
Every team
Madness
and just
bracket.
yeah, like a big March Madness. But obviously, you
Yeah,
still have probably some best of fives in the beginning and then the best of
yeah, yeah,
sevens.
yeah.
But like, why not? Let's just the who was the worst team this year? The Spurs, the Rockets.
Yeah, the Rockets, I think
Some
were.
of them are going to get eliminated, of course. But it's like,
Yeah,
why not just play like 40 games, get some seeding, and then just let every
yeah.
team? I mean, with the
I
playing game,
mean,
you're already letting 10 in. Essentially, you're letting 20 of the
yeah,
30 anyways.
yeah. Which what's your feelings on the plan? How do you feel about that?
I don't need it.
Yeah, neither does anybody else, honestly. I think it's kind of dumb. I think it's
I
kind of
think
dumb.
it
I think
kind
it
of like the regular season ends and you're kind of like, ooh, let's start this. But instead,
yeah.
I got to watch a 9 and a 10 seed
Hmm.
battle it out.
Dude.
Like,
Like
I'd
that
rather just,
Hawks freaking Heat game last week was or this week was terrible. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I think the plan is kind of dumb and it's getting down to the like where like I mean, so did we have anybody? So I
I
don't
mean,
think we had any. Well, I don't think we had any of the higher seeds even make it in, did we? I don't think we did because we
I
had
can't
so
remember.
the Hawks won and the Heat won, and they were the 7-8, and then the Timberwolves and the Lakers won, so they were the 7-8 as well. So it's kind of like, dude, it was just pointless. It was pointless. You should have
If
just
they
freaking
wanted, if they wanted to do it, just have the 8 and the 9 play and just have a one
yeah,
playing game between
yeah,
8 and 9. But like, because the regular season ended, I think a week ago, and we just
mhm,
started today, there's like 6 days off. But you have,
yeah,
and so I think from a spectator and a excitement level, you kind of lose some momentum. I mean,
yeah,
we just had the NBA All-Star break 6 weeks ago, and then the players get another week off.
yeah.
So I'm like,
I mean,
let's just
for
get
the
this game
teams that are resting
going.
their starters, they're getting like 10 games off, like,
Yeah,
10
that's
days.
true.
Like, I mean, so I just think the plan like was a cool idea. And I think the reason, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first year that they did it was Zion's rookie year. And I think because they wanted to get Zion in the playoffs. And I think that was a thought. But speaking of Zion, what a freaking bum. Did you see what he was doing pregame of their game against
I
the
didn't see what he was doing pregame. All I saw enough when I saw his quote that said I'm
yeah.
healthy enough to play, but I don't feel like I can play mentally or something. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he was
you said
he
that
was
out
doing
loud?
like yeah, dude. He was doing 360 dunks, windmill dunks in pregame, but he's not playing. Like that to me is the ultimate like he's soft. Like that's what I'm thinking. He's
Yeah.
soft up here, that's where he's soft. Like dude, you think 15 years
And it,
ago any player would be getting away with this? Absolutely not. Kobe? No chance, dude.
I think that's the biggest problem the NBA has is
Yeah.
it's just gotten too soft.
Yeah.
And um I I'm shocked that I would love to see him and Ben Simmons on the same team. Let's put it that way.
Oh my gosh, dude. That team
To
would
make
be
sure there's a
terrible.
therapist on the team for mental health.
Like 7 therapists per player.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so let's get into these games. So this morning, early 10 a.m. Pacific time, we had 76ers versus the Nets. Um, everyone kind of already so like to going into this game, the spread was the 76ers minus 8.5. So they just had to win by 9 to win to cover the spread. They ended up winning by 20. So the game was just kind of lopsided, and it's just these game ones are usually like that for these higher seeds. Like it's pretty easy to like it's a shoe in for like 1, 2, and 3 to make it to the next round. And we'll get into like the higher seeds, but or the lower seeds because obviously we had one kind I don't know upset in a 5-4 today, but
Yeah.
um the only person the Nets have is Mikal Bridges, in my opinion. They have no one else. I
They
mean,
don't. I mean, they have a lot of like good second and third option type players, but
yeah.
they don't have the alpha,
No.
they don't have the go-to. I mean, it's probably going to be a sweep. I mean,
Yeah.
The Nets maybe squeak out one. It sounds dumb and cliche, and obviously I've never been an NBA players, but I have a feeling that hopefully this is at least giving them some experience to
Yeah.
give some of these role players, and if they can get a star in the next couple of years, I mean, it's given. I mean, I guess the Suns players, Bridges and Johnson, have had some of that experience, but still, it's still experience for the coach,
Hmm.
experience for a lot of the role players. So,
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they can win one.
Yeah. I think it's like kind of like getting some reps in, like you said, getting that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So Bridges has 30 today, and then the next highest was Cam Johnson with 18. Um, the 76ers had a trio of 20 points or more. So they had Harden with 23 and 13 assists. That's big time.
Yeah.
You have Embiid with 26 and 5 rebounds. I kind of like to see him get a little bit more than that, but
Yeah. I
I
wonder why
mean,
that was so low.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really watch the whole game. I watched the first half. I just was like, I mean, Saturday mornings are busy. And then Tobias Harris with 21. So,
Yeah.
I just feel like I agree, could be a sweep. Um, could also be a 4-1.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't shock me. And honestly, the 76ers probably still wouldn't be worried, even
Yeah.
if they lose one game. Like I think they win every game at home. I think they maybe lose one in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But so that game was a blowout, won by 20. Definitely covered the spread. Was just like a classic 76ers game. Like Philadelphia is always hyped. Like 76ers fans are freaking annoying.
Yeah.
But anyways, next one, my Celtics against the Atlanta Hawks. Going into this series, I don't think anybody in Boston is worried about the Hawks. Spread was Celtics minus 10. They end up winning by 13. However, they were up
It
by
was a 30
30 at
point game.
halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were up by 30 at halftime. They outscored the Hawks 45-25 in the second quarter. Um, I'm thinking, dude, Celtics are gonna win by 40. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna freaking run away. Probably not 40, but you know what I mean. They're gonna win by a
Yeah.
ton. I don't really like because I was driving over to my mother-in-law's house, like kind of in the middle of this game, so I didn't really see like the run. I know that they said the Hawks went on like a 25 to like or like 32-14 run. Um, but it just never seemed close. Never seemed
Yeah,
close.
not really. I mean, it's all it takes is with a 3-point shot. If someone gets hot, it's not that big of a deal that it went from a
Yeah.
30-point game down to, I think it got down to like 11 or 12, or was it
Yeah.
13?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be worried about that. I think
No.
honestly, the Celtics are probably going to win this 4-0 or 4-1 as well.
Yeah. I think so
Probably
too.
4-0. Yeah, probably 4-0. I don't really love the Murray Trey Young. Okay, I
I
just don't
know,
love the
and
Hawks team. Apparently, Trey
yeah.
Young's probably going to be on the block this year for
Yeah.
some rumors.
It was like before the playing game. The owner was like, or the GM was like, yeah, he's on the trading block. Like, we're gonna shop him
Yeah.
this offseason. So it's kind of weird. Kind of weird to say it at that time, but
Mhm.
some of the stats: Tatum 25 and 11, Brown 29 and 12, and then Derek White 25 and 7 assists. So um Murray had 24, 8 and 6, so he was kind of the leader for the Hawks, but
Yeah.
Trey Young only had 16 points. Like, you can't win games when your guy you draft top 5, well, you traded for him, but the top 5 draft pick only putting up, 16 points. However, they shot 39% from the field and they were 5 of 29 from 3.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. It's pretty
Yeah.
bad. You can't win games like that. So I think everyone knows this. Like, the Celtics are good on both ends, and I think the Celtics defense is kind of going to be their advantage going forward. Marcus Smart's back. Robert Williams is back. It's just like I just feel like the Celtics are deep, and that's like not like I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm a big Celtics fan, like everyone knows, but I just feel like their bench is deep, dude. Like, you got Derek White. Derek White started today, but you have him putting up freaking 25 points.
Yeah. No,
Like,
they
that's
have a
pretty
lot.
solid.
They have a lot of good, solid role players. It's true. They have a good
Yeah.
bench, and it's going to come down to Tatum. I mean, for them
Yeah.
to be able to beat the Bucks, which everybody's assuming that it's going to be them and the Bucks.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to Tatum versus Giannis, because I think both those
Yeah.
teams are both pretty deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the X factor for the Bucks, if that series comes down to it, is probably gonna be Middleton, probably. And
Hmm.
then I think the X factor for the Celtics is gonna be Brown when it comes
Yeah.
down to it. Just because I think the two, like you said, Tatum and Giannis, like, they're gonna put up points and they're gonna put up numbers. So it's gonna come down to Brown. Like, I mean, Brown at 29 today. That mask, he looks sick. Did you hear that he cut his hand on that vase?
No.
So before, like, he missed like the last like 6 games of the season because he broke a vase and he was picking up the glass pieces and he freaking cut his finger. What an idiot! Like, dude, get a
Uh,
freaking dustpan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? So
how
he's
long
like
is he going to
playing with
wear the
it.
face mask?
I don't know. I don't know. The black face mask, it kind of looks sick. So,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. I know he broke his nose like before the All-Star break, I think. So,
Yeah.
whatever. So both the two games earlier this morning, both covered the spread. Going into this afternoon, Cavs versus Knicks. I think this was kind of the series that everybody thinks is going to be the closest.
Yeah.
Um, the Cavs are the 4 seed, so it's in Cleveland. Who's coming? What's up? Okay, good night. Sorry, Kristen was just saying good night. How nice of her.
Yeah.
Um, but so this game was in Cleveland. The spread, Cavs -5. So they were expecting the Cavs to win by at least 5, which I think was a little more than I think I would have wanted to give them because
Hmm.
Julius Randle came back for the Knicks. And also I wanted to note that the over-under was 199.5. That is extremely low.
Hmm.
Extremely low for an NBA game. That means they didn't think both teams were going to score 100 points, basically. Like, and they didn't. So it was the under hit. But so Cavs. So, well, let's get into it. Did you watch any of this game?
That one I had on, I was out doing some yard work, had it on, so I was listening to most of it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a good game, a close game.
Yeah.
The Knicks were in control for a lot of the second half. I know the Cavs, I think they tied it up when it was like in the 80s.
Yep.
And I think he even took the lead, but then I saw the Knicks pulled away.
Yeah.
The thing that I even texted you was Brunson last year for the Mavs beat up on Donovan Mitchell and the
Yeah.
Jazz, and here we are back to back years.
Yep.
Brunson's beating up on Donovan Mitchell just on different teams.
He's his kryptonite, it seems like.
Mhm.
No
And
matter
why
how
did the
many
Mavs
points he
not sign
scores.
him again?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Probably because they wanted to pay Luca $900 million. Who knows?
I guess.
No, I think it was because. So actually, I heard that Brunson's dad got involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of like got a little messy, and then they didn't
Oh,
want to pay him as much. But it obviously didn't work out for the Mavs.
no.
So, the Mavs are absolutely a dumpster fire right now. So, I think, I mean, Brunson put up, okay, so Brunson put up 27, 2 and 2, not crazy. Julius Randle put up 19 and 10, and then,
It's a
I
good
wrote,
game for Julius Randle.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
I
like if
think so
he's put
too.
up 20 and 10,
Yeah,
that makes the Knicks really competitive.
yeah, and then, I mean, dude, Randall's absolutely capable of putting up like 30. So
Yeah.
I think if he keeps this up, that's good. I wrote hard, I meant heart, but Hart off the bench put up 17 and 10, which is solid, which is a solid game for off the
Yeah.
bench. So Mitchell, I want to get into this. 38 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, but he was terrible from 3-point tonight. He shot a whopping 16 3-pointers. That is a ton.
That's a lot of
That is,
possessions.
dude, that's a lot of wasted possession. That okay, so he was 6 of 16. So that's 10 possessions. I mean, granted, if they didn't get an offensive rebound, but that's 10 possessions you're just wasting because you're shooting from deep, you know. Dude, and a lot of his shots are just from way deep.
As a Jazz fan, um, I don't I don't hate Donovan Mitchell, like whatever,
Yeah.
but I'm certainly not rooting for him. I went to the game, as you know, and I cheered for him. Like I think he did a above average job, certainly much better than Gordon Hayward on his exit. You know, the Jazz were able to
Yeah.
trade, got stuff for
Yeah.
him. But I'd be fine if he lost his first series here. But I just, after seeing him in the playoffs, I don't know. I feel like Donovan puts up stats, but he needs
Yeah.
an insane amount of volume to be able to get some numbers. He's
Yep.
not very efficient. He'll take dumb shots at the end of the game, not Russell Westbrook dumb type of dumb shots, but
Oh yeah.
I just feel like he forces stuff, makes a bad pass. At least on the Jazz, drive to the lane as with four guys collapsing on him, and
Yep.
he passes out at the wrong time or takes a stupid contested shot at the other time. So we'll see if he can write this. But yeah,
Yeah.
when we were talking about the volume there, it's like, yeah, he got 30 points. Well, he took 30 shots to get 30 or 40 shots to get 30.
Yeah.
It's
So he
like,
did. He shot 30, so he's 14 of 30.
yeah,
So that's a lot, man. That's a lot of shots.
that's a lot. How many assists did he have? Five?
He had
Eight
eight. So he had
assists?
8 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, he had 2 turnovers, 3 steals. Like, I mean, he's like, but the problem with the Cavs that I see is you're getting 17 points from Garland, you're getting 14 points from Jarrett Allen, 14 and 14, so 14 points, 14 rebounds. But then like Evan Mobley puts up 8 points. Isaac Okoro puts up 6 points. Seti Osman puts up 9 points, and then the next highest is 3. Like Karis LeVert puts up 3 points, 1 of 7 from the field. Like,
Do the Cavs
just
have a definitive two, or do they just have a lot of guys that are a 2, 3, 4 mix? Who's their second
yeah,
best?
it's got to be Darius Garland. Like, it's got to be him just because he's the point guard. I mean, he's a good player. He's just like he was an all-star when the all-star game was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Convenient enough. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if this team doesn't have Donovan Mitchell, they're not making the playoffs,
No.
in my opinion. So, I didn't watch a ton of the game. It was close. Like final score was 101 to 97. So, obviously the Knicks covered the spread. They were +5. They won by 4. So, moving on. Okay, so like who do you think wins that series?
I am gonna go Knicks.
Yeah, I agree. I just
Um,
think I just think them getting a game in Cleveland is gonna, and it's tough to play at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I mean a
So,
game in Cleveland, but the Knicks were there. They were there last year or 2 years
mhm.
ago.
Yeah, they
Like
were there last
they've
year.
been there. I mean, a lot outside of Donovan. I just have no faith in Donovan. I said this
Yeah,
in Utah. Donovan thinks he's the alpha, the one. I think Donovan is a very successful player if he's a good complement, like a two. He needs to
yeah,
be like if you had Giannis and Donovan or
yeah,
Joker and Donovan. I don't think Donovan is going to win as with him as the star.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I think the Knicks pull this one out. Just getting a game in Cleveland is big. Like any road team, if you win your first game on the road, like that's huge. That's
yeah.
huge because you're anticipating winning both games at home. So
Well, and a lot,
yeah,
a lot really depends. Game twos are the best usually.
yeah, yeah.
Game
I
twos
agree.
are awesome, and the TNT guys talk about this all the time, and it's really true. So the road team that won the Knicks, are they going to come back in game two? Are they going to go through the motions and just be like, yeah, we got our one game. Now we just got to
Yeah,
coast, let the Cavs win? Or are the Knicks going to come out, pedal to the metal, even if they lose, are they going to still show that they are in this? Like, we'll learn a lot about the
yeah,
Knicks in game two. Were they just content and they're not going to be lazy for game
yeah,
two? Are they still going to go for the home run, go for the
yeah.
jugular?
Yeah. And personally, I feel like they gotta go for the jugular because like this is a 4-5 matchup. Like this is nothing's guaranteed here. So
Yep.
and really nothing's guaranteed at Madison Square Garden. Like Madison Square Garden is like the mecca of like basketball, you know what I mean? So a lot of
Yeah.
people love playing there. A lot of people love, I could see Donovan putting up 50 at MSG. Like you never know.
Yeah.
So
He probably will
um
on 209 shots.
yeah, exactly. That's very true. So okay, getting into the series, I think the series that a lot of people are excited for the most. I think it's the Kings and the Warriors.
Mm.
Kings are the 3 seed, and I guess I want to remind everybody this is the first time all 4 teams from California have made the playoffs.
Shocking.
Um, Very shocking, right?
We forget how bad the Warriors were in the 90s
Yeah,
and 2000s because the
even
Kings
the
were good, the
Clippers.
Lakers, and obviously the Clippers. But
Yeah,
yeah, the Warriors had a rough stretch there too.
yeah, yeah. So that it's pretty cool, and then it's the first year that no team from Texas made the playoffs. So
Mhm.
kind of wild. Those tons and tons of years that the Spurs made it and the Mavs made it and all that stuff. So, anyways, getting into this game, I think this was like the game I was most excited for today. I mean, obviously I was excited for the Celtics game because I'm a Celtics fan, but I
Yeah.
knew they were going to win. So I mean, it opened up. Kings were a 1 point favorite. Like this is super close. Um, the series though, the series though, the Kings are like a plus 250 underdog to in the series. So they think the Warriors, I mean, it's the Warriors. It's gonna be tough to beat them 4 times. But tonight they get the freaking win. First win in 17 years.
Yeah.
First playoff win. First playoff win in 17 years. That's crazy. That place was what is it? The Golden, what is
Golden
it?
Center.
Golden One Center. That place was rocking. They had Jason Williams was there, Vlade Divac was there,
Yeah.
bunch of people. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool to see the OG Kings guys that were the last time they won the playoff game. So however, I mean Curry, did you see the end? Did you see the ending of this game?
No,
You
I
didn't,
missed
right?
it.
So there was a three that so Clay drove baseline like right baseline. So he drove like right side to the baseline from the top of the key, kicked it to Curry on the other corner, and Curry's literally like catches it in this mid like shot falling out of bounds and just puts it up. It goes like 300 feet in the air basically and just makes it. And I'm like, this guy's absurd.
Yeah.
Curry is insane. He continues to amaze me. He had 30 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists tonight. Clay had 21, 6 and 5. Wiggins and Poole both with 17 off the bench. That's pretty big. I know Wiggins is back. Do you know why he was gone? So apparently, I don't know if this is true. I could be just talking out of my you know what, but I heard it was because he found out that both of his kids weren't his and that their real dad, was his best friend.
Oh.
Isn't that wild? Like if that's
That would
true,
be.
that's wild.
That's wild.
So
Good luck.
both of the kids, not like one of them, like his wife, like that's crazy.
Where'd you
If
hear
that's a
that
real,
rumor?
so I saw it like a couple weeks into his leave because it wasn't an injury leave, it was a personal leave.
Hmm.
So he wasn't hurt. It was for personal reasons, and he was gone for quite a while. So I don't know. You can look it up, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just spreading rumors that shouldn't be spread. But if that's true, pretty crazy. But are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see if it like comes up. So, um, because dude, if that actually happened, like you imagine finding that out. That would suck.
Yeah.
I think I need to take some
The-
time away. Are you seeing anything?
No,
Not really saying anything.
no, it'll take some more time to look
Whatever.
at.
But
That would be.
that'd be
I think the
crazy.
Warriors still win this series in
Yeah.
6.
Really? Okay. Okay. I mean,
I think the Warriors
If
win. I think the Kings will get a little content. It's hard to. I'm not going to count
yeah,
the Warriors out. So
no,
I think the
never.
Warriors win game 2. The
Okay.
Warriors will probably sweep at home, so they'll be up 3-1. At best,
Yeah.
the Kings will go back home and win game. What is that? 5,
Five,
and
yeah.
the Warriors will win the final one in
Yeah.
game 6. So I still see it being Warriors in 6.
Yeah. I could see it. If the thing I find very hard to count the Kings out initially is just like Darren Fox had 38 tonight. You had Sabonis with 12 and 16, and then you had Malik Monk off the bench with 32.
Yeah,
Um, he's a baller. I don't know why he's not starting, to be completely honest. I know it's probably just to have that like second string of, points coming in, but um, yeah, I kind of just like my question was, do the Kings have a chance? And I don't really think they do. Um,
if they got talent, they stand a chance. I guess if this could be the end of the Warriors, and maybe they just prove to be a little old or banged up, or
yeah,
um, the Kings are gonna have to play their A game every single night.
yep.
But
Like, dude,
factor
tonight
that
was a
money, and
close game. Like,
yeah,
it was a close game, and it looked like the whole game was the Kings pushing the ball like crazy, and the Warriors kind of just walking it up, setting up plays, hitting a three. And it was like
yep.
the Kings were like taking a beating, getting fouled left and right. Like, I mean, it was a hard fought win for the Kings. So,
I got my
um,
6 and 7 seeds winning. I got the Lakers winning their series.
okay,
However, the only problem with that is apparently everybody's picking the Lakers.
yeah,
And as you and I've talked about occasionally when this comes up, anytime everybody picks something, it never
yeah.
happens. So
Fade
I
the
was like,
public,
I'm
man.
picking the Lakers, but then like, is anyone picking the Grizzlies?
Yeah,
But
so let's get into it. So that was today's games. Tomorrow's games start out with the Lakers Grizzlies game. That game spread is Grizzlies -3.5, which is a 2-7, which is really close for a 2-7. Obviously it's because it is LeBron and AD, and LeBron came out today and said he's not worried about being a 7 seed. Which I don't think he should be because it's going to be tough to beat them. However, I think I'm taking the Grizzlies in this series,
oh,
man.
you will.
Yeah, I think and this was back when you were talking about it. We were texting, and I kind of like I just didn't text you guys. I was like, I don't even know what was happening. I probably was busy, but whatever. Yeah, I think I'm taking the Grizzlies here. I think I'm taking the Grizzlies in the series. I think it's gonna go 7, which is not gonna benefit the Grizzlies in the long run. Because they're gonna probably end up having to play the who's the 3 seed? Who's the 3 seed in
Remember
the
who I
West?
told you in
Oh, the
February
Kings. Yeah,
when the trade deadline?
yeah, I know. I know. You said the Lakers won the trade deadline,
And you're like,
and I think
what?
they've. I get it. I just hate giving the Lakers any credit for anything they do.
I know.
Um,
I think they added some good role players.
I
It's
think
gonna
so.
come down to Anthony Davis staying out of street clothes. If
Yeah,
Anthony Davis stays healthy, they will the Grizzlies are just too messed up right now. Like,
yeah,
just drama and a bunch of knuckleheads on their team. And
yeah. Do you remember the last time the Lakers played the Grizzlies when LeBron actually played?
mm-mm.
So it was when Desmond Bain was kind of getting in LeBron's face right underneath the basket during a free throw. And LeBron basically was like, dude, you're not playing ball like you're talking shiz. Like you're not actually playing. Like this isn't basketball. You're just talking a bunch of crap. And then literally like the next possession, LeBron takes the ball and bullies down the entire floor and just throws it down over Jaren Jackson. So it's like LeBron can basically do whatever he wants whenever he wants.
Thanks.
Um, However, I agree. It's going to come down to if Anthony Davis continues to be made of glass like he usually is, I think the Grizzlies win this series pretty easily.
Yeah.
But another thing that's tough is Steven Adams is out the entire playoffs. So they don't have Steven Adams. So and that's like their
Oh,
big guy.
playoffs? That's a long time.
He's gone, like he's done the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
I know they brought in Kenneth Lofton. Do you remember him? Do you remember the undrafted dude, like the big chubby guy? So he put up like 42
Mm-mm.
in his first game with the Grizzlies. He literally just balled out like his first game, and then he's probably not going to play very much
Yeah.
playoffs. But they have Jaren Jackson. I just think it's going to be tough. Tomorrow's game, I think Grizzlies get it done just because it's game one in Memphis. However, I could see
LeBron
them.
sucks in game ones.
Yes, he does, but I could see the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies also last year in game one. Gavin and I ended up taking their spread first half in that game. They were down by like 14 at halftime in the first half. So you never know. So who wins tomorrow? Who do you think?
I'll go Grizzlies win tomorrow, but the Lakers will still win the series.
Okay.
I'll go Bucks are gonna win tomorrow, and the Bucks are
Hold on,
gonna.
hold on, hold on. We'll get
Oh,
into it. Well, we'll go.
okay.
Bucks and Heat. Obviously, Bucks are going to win this. They're going to sweep, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't think we don't have to get into this as much, but Bucks minus 9.5, they probably cover that.
Yeah.
And they probably win by like 30. The Heat just can't score points.
Let's talk about
So
Suns.
yeah, yeah. So Suns Clippers, dude.
I'm excited for this series.
This is going to be a good series. However, Paul George isn't playing, so kind of sucks a little bit.
Yeah.
Suns are a 7.5 point favorite tomorrow, which is solely because Paul George isn't playing.
Which
Um,
game does Durant get hurt in?
Tough. Um, Pre-game tomorrow? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Slips on a puddle. No, I think he
It'll
stays
be fun
healthy
if
this
Kawhi's
series.
healthy. I just hope Kawhi's
Yeah,
healthy, so it'll be a fun
yeah.
series.
I think they both probably stay healthy this series. I think it's going to come down to the next series if KD can stay healthy. So my prediction is I think the Suns beat the Clippers.
And how
Um,
many?
6. I think it's going to take 6. Just
Mm.
because the Suns have basically no one past like their seventh guy.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, dude, it's tough
I
to even
hope
give
it
them
goes
7.
6. As we are going through the
Yeah,
East is kind of I don't see any of those series being competitive
no,
except for Cavs Knicks.
yep,
The West has some more competitive series, but I really want the Suns Clippers to be good. I'd
yeah,
even be, Lakers Grizzlies. I would love for it to be close.
yeah,
Uh, we'll talk about the Nuggets in a second. I don't know if the
yeah,
T-Wolves have enough to do anything against the Nuggets, but
yeah,
I just want the Suns Clippers to at least go 7. I think the Suns
yeah.
will win, especially if
I
KD's healthy. But even if
yeah,
without, I still think the Suns probably win.
yeah, because if Paul George isn't playing and it's just like Devin Booker, Kawhi, I think the Suns probably win just because their talent's a little bit higher than the
Yeah,
Clippers. However, I mean, dude, you never know. Like, I mean, look at last year. I remember the series a lot of people were pumped about was like the Nets versus the Celtics, and then the Celtics sweep them.
I
Like,
know.
you know what I mean? So, um, I think the Suns win tomorrow just because it's like KD first playoff game in Phoenix. Like, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a tight series. I think you go 6 or 7, but I think Suns get the win on the series. So,
Of all of the series, which is the most likely to go 7 games?
of all of them
All 8 of
in the
them.
West, or are you talking everything?
Yeah, everything.
Everything. I'm gonna probably say Knicks, Cavs probably has the best potential to go 7. However, I could see Lakers, Grizzlies going 7 as well. So,
Okay. I'd probably agree with you on
um,
the Cavs. That's a really good comparison or analogy. Everyone thought that Celtics net series last year was like
Yeah,
7. And remember how good that first game was, but it turned
I
out to
know.
be a sweep. It was shocking.
Yeah,
But I would agree. Like maybe Lakers, Grizzlies, maybe Suns, Clip. God, I wish Paul
yeah,
George was there, but
yeah.
yeah,
That's
it's
going to be I don't think it goes 7 just because Paul George isn't playing. So
yeah,
stuff. It sucks for Clippers. Like, so they're building that new arena. That's going to be cool. Get them the
yeah,
freak out at crypto.com. Stop
yeah,
sharing a freaking court. They're the only teams that do that now. Like literally, or yeah, they are because and then in football,
well, not
obviously,
are you well, the Jets and Giants still share.
yeah. So in football, Jets and Giants obviously still share, but and then the Rams and the Chargers.
Yeah,
So, but anyways, next series and the last series we'll talk about is the Nuggets T Wolves. Spread tomorrow is 7.5, which is a little shocking to me just for a 1 seed versus an 8 seed.
yeah.
The T Wolves just like aren't good. Um,
They're
I
not.
just
You
I
should.
don't I don't see them winning this like more than one game this series.
What was the head to head in the regular season between those two teams?
Let me look. Give it to
Because,
me.
and again, different teams, but Rudy Gobert can cause some fits for a Joker.
Yeah. So it was
And
two. They were
I just
two,
remember,
two and
what was
two,
it?
2-2. So they
Oh, I
tied.
wonder if this is
Both
going to be
teams
a
won two.
sneaky good series because I have zero faith in the Nuggets. If the
Yeah.
Lakers were the 8 seed and it was against the Nuggets, I'd pick the Lakers to beat the Nuggets. Like,
Yeah.
I just have zero faith in the Nuggets. I wonder if you get a T Wolves team that's a little, they've kind of had some drama. They kind of,
Hmm.
I think Gobert with his limitations, I wonder if he's just gonna have the best series ever. Again, if I had to bet
I
my,
don't think
I would bet
Gobert is going to do
Nuggets,
anything.
but I wonder if it
Yeah.
could. If I had to say a sneaky good series, potentially would be this one, just because
Yeah.
Gobert, from my perspective, usually played Joker pretty good when it was Jazz and Nuggets.
Yeah.
And if you can kind of take Joker out of the game, then I don't know,
I
maybe
mean, you
it's
got Carl Anthony Towns as well. Like he's a baller.
yeah.
He can put up a lot of points. You got Anthony Edwards. You got that's about it basically.
I guess
But
I could see this series being a 4 game sweep or a 7 game nail biter, and neither would surprise me for a one
yeah,
eight. That's just me. So
yeah. Um, the pro the problem I see is the Nuggets were 34-7 at home, so they're gonna win every game at home. Uh,
yeah,
and the Timberwolves were 20-21 on the road. So it's Denver's going to get 4 games at home. That's what's the problem. And even if it even goes to that, that's the thing. Like it's tough to bet against. I mean, dude, but the problem is I don't trust the Nuggets at all. I don't trust them at all. I
see,
don't. It's
for the
tough though,
Timberwolves
dude.
to have
Like,
any shot, they have to win game one. They just had a really good
yeah,
game last night.
yep,
The Nuggets have been off. Plus, the Nuggets have been resting their stars for like a month and a half. Like the
yeah,
Nuggets just haven't had to do anything. So the
yeah,
Nuggets come out a little cocky or a little rusty or something.
yeah.
Timberwolves come out a little confident. They got to get game one. If they don't get game one, I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think the Nuggets then just get their confidence and that's I think that's where the Nuggets just win it in 4 or 5 if they win game one.
yeah,
But if T-Wolves can come out and get game one, then that's where I could see like a really good 7 game series. But they have
yeah.
to win.
Yeah, it's just gonna be tough. I mean, it's a 1 seed. Like it's tough to bet against a one
It's hard
seed,
because
but the
I don't
Nuggets,
honestly I don't trust either of these teams, like you said. Neither of us trust the
nah,
Nuggets. And are the
no.
Timberwolves that good? No, they're just not that good.
Yeah, it's the Nuggets I could see just losing in the next round. Watch them have to freaking play the um like if they have to play the Warriors, they're losing.
Yeah.
Isn't that who they'd have to play? If the Warriors
What's
win,
weird
that's the
about the
lowest
West
seed.
What's weird about the West is all the power that anyone believes in is not the
Bottom.
top 3 seeds. Everyone believes in 4 through 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't
And
know
it's the
how many people really believe in the Clippers, especially without Paul George. I think it's really Suns, Lakers,
yeah. It's
Warriors.
4-7. It's 4, 6, and 7. That's
Yeah,
who everybody believes in. And in the East, the complete opposite.
it's
Like the
one.
East is so top heavy.
Yeah,
And I'm actually really excited. I mean, I'm assuming the Celtics and the Sixers win. Like that's like a decent rivalry, I feel like, because you got Doc Rivers, who used to coach Celtics.
Yeah.
Um, it's just a close, like they're close in proximity. It's just a big there's been rivalries. And do you remember this when the rivalry in the playoffs was the Wizards and the Celtics for a while? Do you
No,
remember that?
I
So,
don't
dude, for
remember the
like
Wizards being good.
I know, and that's the problem is like for like 2 years straight, the Celtics had to play the Wizards in the playoffs in the first round, and it was always so chippy because it was like Markeith Morris was on one team and Marcus Morris was on the other team. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was always so chippy, and so now like the rivalry for the Celtics is 100% the 76ers, probably the Bucks too. Um, it's just it sucks. Like the East is just like it's gonna be, and I love it because they're gonna get some rest. You know, the Celtics
Yeah.
hopefully get some rest here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, dude. Playoffs are the best. Playoffs in NBA playoffs are the best.
It'll be good starting tomorrow when TNT starts doing the games.
Yes. Because there's one game on ABC, which is the Lakers and the Grizzlies, and then the next three are on TNT. So
Yeah. So that's
um
when I'll be happy. I always
yeah,
hate what the 2 month long NBA playoffs where the weekends come and ESPN takes over, and I hate that.
yeah, yeah.
I love the TNT crews.
Yeah. And speaking of TNT, I love the TNT crew for the NHL as well. So I'm hoping that
Yeah.
we get a bunch of NHL games, which I don't know if we do for the playoffs. So,
Hey,
which is also starting up.
how come you didn't tell me that the Kraken made the playoffs? You know that's my team.
Yeah, dude. They made the playoffs. They had over 100 points. They lost their last game to my Knights. Cooper and I, shout out Cooper, had a friendly $20 wager on that game, so I made 20
Oh.
bucks. But yeah, dude,
Beats the Bruins. Who beats the Bruins?
uh no one.
So they're winning the chip.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's also really hard to. It's really also very hard to know because you had the Tampa Bay Lightning who basically did the same thing, almost the same thing. They didn't score as many points and get as many wins, but um, like 4 years ago, and they lost in the first round of the Winnipeg Jets, dude. You just never know. Who do they play? Let's check. They play the Panthers. Panthers are probably not going to beat them. Um,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And the thing with like the NHL is, dude, it's hockey, man. It's there's like there could be 2 goals scored the entire game, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like any team can really go on a run. It's gonna be whoever gets lucky. Like the other night, the Golden Knights, like their first goal was a pass that the Kraken made that went off Riley Smith's, our one of our players, the Knights players, skate and went through the Kraken goalie's legs. Like it's like that. Sometimes you just get lucky. So, I'm
As long as Connor McDavid advances at least after the past the first round.
yeah, he'll be playing the Golden Knights if the Golden Knights advance
Who are you
too.
rooting
So,
for? Who are you rooting for?
oh come on, the Golden Knights for sure. But
But
I
it's
do
Connor
love,
McDavid.
I do love Connor McDavid. But I will definitely be rooting for the Knights. So that's gonna be a tough series. So Connor McDavid had 157 points this year. Did you know that? That
Uh,
is a ton.
oh
That
yeah.
is that is a ton. They play 82 games. So let's figure that out.
I need to drive down there so we can go.
Yeah, dude, that'd be a fun playoff game. That'd be a fun playoff game. So,
Yeah.
um, oh shoot, hold on. Am I doing this correct? So he's almost averaging 2 points a game. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, he got the Rocket Richard. He'll get the I think so. He'll get the Rocket Richard is just whoever has the most points. He'll also have he'll
He's
get the
winning
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, he's got to win MVP. There was nobody else. Um. Dude, I like this hockey talk, man. We don't get too much hockey talk on this pod,
I know.
so I
It's
love it.
nice.
I
Nice
love
that
it.
Gavin's gone.
Yeah, right. Freaking screw Gavin. Just kidding. Yeah, but for people that are listening, Joe, I don't even know. I think I told you this, but we got some big changes coming. We got some we're gonna have a recording studio now. Um coming up. Hopefully. Maybe I'm lying. But that's in the plans. So and we're gonna have some different cameras. We're gonna have it's gonna be fun. So look forward to that. There's gonna be some changes on social media. There's gonna be some more changes coming. So just to kind of move the pod forward, move the community forward. So we're excited for it. But dude, this is the best time for sports, I feel like, because you just text me right now.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. No, I know. No, I know he plays the Kings. I'm saying if they win the series.
Oh, you
Connor
said they
McDavid
played the
plays.
Knights. I was like, no, they
No, no,
played
no,
the
no, 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 no,
Kings.
no, no. So they play the Kings series, the first series, and I think they win. Because you were saying hopefully he advances. So if Connor McDavid advances to the next series or the next round, he would play the Knights if the Knights go on. So they
Yeah.
play in the second round. So
Okay.
the
All
Knights
right.
play the
Back
Jets.
back to the pod changes. Sorry.
Yeah. No, anyways. So yeah, just some changes coming. So we're excited. Can't share like too many details because we don't really have them nailed down. But dude, anyways, thanks for coming on. This was our
Gavin, we miss
NBA
you.
pod. Yeah, we miss you, Gavin. He's definitely not gonna listen to this deep into the pod, I guarantee it. But we miss you. Hope you had a great time in Texas.
Yeah.
So I think
Gavin's a stud.
yeah, for sure. He is. He is. The only thing that sucks about him is he's a Cardinals fan. So,
Yeah.
which Cardinals are getting new jerseys
Nah.
on 420.
Mm.
How ironic. Just
Yeah.
420. Our predictions are that there's going to be more yellow in the uniforms. So if you watch the video, I don't even know who it was that went out and got the like briefcase, but the briefcase was laying in like a bed of yellow flowers. At the coaches meetings, the Gannon, their coach's like name plaque had like a lot more yellow in it. And there's just like a lot of a lot of the signage has like more yellow and like that type of stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens because their jerseys have been absolute garbage. So get some new jerseys. The Panthers are also getting new jerseys. So yeah, got a lot of good stuff coming up. So NBA playoffs continue today if you're listening on Sunday. And you're probably not listening on Sunday. Most people don't listen on the weekends, but it's all good. Yeah,
The
that's all
next
I
time you'll
got,
probably
man.
hear from me, and unless I'm on again in the next few weeks with
Yeah.
NBA playoffs, hopefully the next time you have me on is when Aaron Rodgers gets traded. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once he officially gets traded, we will have
officially,
the neighborhood Green Bay Packers fan on.
yeah,
So
the Joe hour where
the Joe Hour. Yeah,
I can
that's gonna
pop
be the
some
best day of your
champagne on the
life.
video.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be the best day of your life.
Thanks,
So
thanks for having me
But
on.
yeah, appreciate it. NBA playoffs continue. We're excited. We're have some more content. We probably won't have another episode until Gavin gets back, which I think is mid next week. So,
Okay,
but anyways, guys, we appreciate it. This was episode 70. Later.
take care.